The sky lit up like the 4th of July as I watched a massive alien craft descend through the clouds over New York City. "Oh, shit," I muttered, my hand instinctively going for the sidearm at my hip. This was it, the day we'd been training for. My name is Jack Ramirez, Gunnery Sergeant in the United Nations Space Marine Corps. For months, we'd been getting reports of an advanced alien species on the move, hell-bent on conquering Earth for its resources. All our diplomacy, all our attempts at peace had failed. These bastards wanted war, and they were going to get it. The president's voice crackled over the radio. "All UN forces, this is a Code Crimson, I repeat, Code Crimson. The aliens are officially hostile. You are clear to engage and neutralize any and all enemy combatants. Godspeed." I turned to my squad of 8 battle-hardened Marines. "You heard the man, ladies. Lock and load, we're gonna kick some alien ass." The first shots were fired as alien drop pods screamed down from the mothership, slamming into the streets and disgorging squads of 7-foot-tall, 4-armed monsters. Their bodies were covered in thick, chitinous armor plating, and they wielded some kind of high-tech plasma rifles. "Targets coming in hot at 2 o'clock?" I shouted, ripping off a burst from my M549 assault rifle. The explosive armor-piercing rounds slammed into the lead alien's chest, blowing it backwards in a spray of noxious green blood. "Nice one, Gunny," Corporal Chen yelled, taking aim with her shoulder-mounted missile launcher. The rocket streaked out, detonating right in the midst of the advancing alien formation. Limbs and gore went flying as the shockwave hammered us. For a moment, it seemed like we might be able to stem the tide. But then more drop pods started raining down all around us, cutting off any chance of retreat or reinforcement. We were surrounded and outnumbered 1,000 to 1. The aliens advanced relentlessly, shrugging off our fire like it was nothing. Their plasma weaponry cut through our armor and cover with terrifying ease. Within minutes, half my squad was down. Fall back. Fall back to secondary positions." I screamed into my radio, dragging what was left of my unit into the rubble of a collapsed office building. All around Manhattan, the battle raged as more and more alien forces poured in. I could see streams of civilians being herded away at gunpoint by the invaders. Judging from the pillars of smoke rising from Central Park, it looked like they had already begun mass executions. Wave after wave of the alien shock troops descended into the city, shredding buildings and civilians alike with their merciless plasma fire. We fought like demons, holding them back street by street, but it was a losing battle. "This is Ramirez," I screamed into my radio as a plasma bolt seared across my shoulder. "We need immediate evac and air support, or we're going to be overrun." The response was just static. Somehow, the aliens had jammed our communications. We were cut off and alone against their endless reinforcements. Down to our last few grenades and bullets, my squad made a final stand in Times Square, using the rubble and abandoned cars as makeshift cover. All around us, the aliens closed in for the kill. That's when I saw it, a lone human child, maybe 6 or 7 years old, frozen in terror amidst the chaos. An alien warrior loomed over the kid, raising its rifle to put her down like a rabid dog. "Oh, hell no, you bastards!" I roared, charging forward and emptying my rifle into the alien at point-blank range. It went down hard, echo spraying everywhere. I scooped up the little girl and dove for what little cover remained, my squad raining fire down on the converging enemy forces. This was it, our Alamo. Just when it seemed like we were about to be overwhelmed, the sky split apart with a deafening roar. A massive human battleship, all guns blazing, smashed through the clouds and opened fire on the alien forces with a blistering barrage. "Cavalry's here, Marines!" I whooped, clutching the sobbing child to my chest as I watched tanks and APCs disgorge entire companies of reinforcements into the streets. What followed was a day of brutal urban warfare, block by block, as we drove the invaders back towards their crippled mothership. Whole city blocks were reduced to rubble, the air choked with smoke and the screams of the dying. But we gave worse than we got. The aliens fought with the desperation of cornered animals, their technology proving to be a double-edged sword. While their plasma weapons could melt through our armor, they also destabilized the very buildings we used for cover. Entire skyscrapers came crashing down as the battle raged. burying scores of the enemy under tons of rubble and debris. Our reinforced power armor and man-portable railguns also began to turn the tide. The aliens' thick carapace was nigh impenetrable to conventional firearms, but one well-placed railgun slug could punch straight through and liquefy whatever foul organs lurked beneath. By nightfall, we had carved out a perimeter around the alien landing zone, trapping the remaining invaders in a hellish killbox with no chance of escape or reinforcement. Finally, after hours of vicious fighting, we had the aliens bottlenecked around their landing craft, surrounded on all sides. I could see the fear and desperation in their multifaceted eyes as our tanks and artillery relentlessly pounded them. The alien commander, a hulking brute twice my size, raised a battered radio and broadcast on all frequencies in guttural English. "Humans, you fight like demons possessed. We underestimated your resolve, your willingness to sacrifice. We cannot defeat such fanatical resistance. We surrender." I watched impassively as the remaining aliens threw down their weapons and raised their arms in universal surrender. We had won through grit, determination, and more than a little dumb luck. As I looked around at the ruins of New York, the dead lying in heaps amidst the rubble, I felt a surge of pride for my species. No matter how advanced these bastards thought they were, they had severely underestimated the fighting spirit of we humans. Cradling the orphaned child in my arms, I knew that while the cost had been catastrophic, we had passed our greatest test. The flag still flew, tattered and burned but unbroken, over the smoldering ashes of the alien invasion force. We would rebuild, stronger than ever, and if any other alien sons of bitches thought about messing with Earth, they had better be ready to face the same hell we had just unleashed. I lit up a cigar, tenderly handing the little girl over to a medic as I watched the alien prisoners being marched away in shackles. Humanity had sent a clear message to the galaxy. Don't fuck with a human. We'll take your best shot, spit in your face, and rally back twice as hard. That's just how we roll.